we're gonna see some of the best things in Nashville, Music City.
Very cool. But can we do it for under $60?
Fingers crossed, hopefully.
All right, let's go check out Nashville.
So now we're headed to the Tennessee State Museum. It's along the Bicentennial Mall, so very easy. There's a farmer's market building, which is open during the day, where you can get little things to eat and stuff like that.
Yep.
We're gonna learn a lot about the state of Tennessee.
But how much is it?
I was just gonna ask, how much does it cost? So we're gonna find that out when we do the budget at the end of the video.
Perfect.
Ready
Let's
to
go
go?
check it out.
Let's learn some stuff.
About Tennessee.
Tennessee.
All right, let's go on in.
Tennessee.
Cut
Tennessee.
it out.
That was an amazing museum.
Yes.
Tennessee State really showed you a lot about
The state.
yeah, like from the in the beginning.
Yeah.
It even started like
Back in
prehistoric
Oh, yeah.
times. You know, how continents were forming and how the Ice Age and all that. So
Yep.
it was kind of cool. It took you all the way through history that affected the state of Tennessee,
And then
including,
really into the 1700s when
I was just going to say, yeah, through the Revolutionary War.
Yep.
And then into the Civil War, but they also talked about former President Polk and former President Andrew Jackson. So I thought that was great that it had just an encompassing history of the state. Now the cost of it, we'll talk about that when we do our budget at the end, so stay tuned.
And
to the
ooh, something else, a little snippet, I guess you could say.
Okay.
They have exhibits that aren't always there, just special exhibits.
That's true.
When we were there, it was all about women's right to vote, which is
Passing of the 19th Amendment.
yeah, it's very cool to see
Yeah.
that. And we just
And
had
it
a
had
really
great
good time.
views of the skyline, and
Yes.
it was right off of Bicentennial Park.
Right.
So you got a long view up. They had a World War II monument, also the state capitol up on top of the hill.
Yep.
So just some iconic shots. Well, we're in Nashville.
Yes.
It's nice to learn about the state history.
Yep.
But this is known for music.
Yes.
So we could go to the Music Hall of Fame,
The Country Music Hall of Fame is here.
but we looked it up.
Yep.
Gonna kill our budget. We're not gonna be able to make it under $60 with that.
We had to find a place where we thought would be really cool
Right.
and fun.
So we wanted to be a little bit more specific.
Yes.
So while we're over by the Music Hall of Fame, it's right near the arena, but it's also got a Walk of Fame,
Yes.
and that one is free, so $0.
Yes.
So that'll be much better on our budget at the end.
That's right.
So let's go see the Walk of Fame by the Hall of Fame.
Perfect.
And Kenny Rogers.
It's the Gambler. You can't skip that.
I tell you. It was nice. They put Tim and Faith together.
And who else you got? Alabama.
And my daddy's favorite, Alabama. So, because we can't do the Music Hall of Fame, there's a
Right.
price. And I saw on the Walk of Fame one of my favorite artists, who I don't know that I would consider country just personally. It's obviously he is, but let's go to the Johnny Cash Museum Kind of reminds me of when we went to BB King and maybe Graceland. So let's go see what they have at the Johnny Cash Museum. And we should have some fun.
And the price, we won't tell you yet. You have to wait to the end. But a little bit better than some of these other museums around here.
Fingers crossed anyways.
All right, let's go check out Johnny Cash Museum.
Really impressed with that museum.
Yes, very cool.
In the building is also a Patsy Cline museum upstairs.
Right.
That's a separate cost.
Yep, you can go up to the gift shop.
Correct.
But that's it.
But really nice, lots of artifacts. Couldn't film while in there, so I took some photos to try and get you a sense of what it is, but lots of exhibits, lots of history. You can listen to music from all the different decades that he recorded.
Yep.
And just really worth the money to me. And you'll see how much it is when we do the budget at the end.
Now, Drew.
Yes.
How many people do you think out there are a big fan of Johnny Cash?
Great question. So, I like Johnny Cash. You're lukewarm about Johnny Cash.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Who's your favorite country musician that you would want to go to their Hall of Fame or museum?
That would be awesome. So let us know down in the comments.
Tell us in the comments, exactly. But after seeing all that museum stuff, makes me want to see some live music. Let's head over to Broadway and see if we can catch a few live acts.
Ooh, let's go check it out.
So as we're walking around downtown,
We're about ready to head to the Jeep.
Absolutely. We were walking by the arena, and right there is the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame.
Right.
So we're going to make a quick stop. Hopefully this doesn't put us over budget.
Here's
We didn't plan
hoping.
for it, so we were just walking around and saw it.
All right.
So fingers crossed, we can do it. So if you're going to Nashville, you got to eat. But there's one place that in particular
That the locals eat.
you really have to get. It's become a phenomenon.
Right.
Try saying that. It's Hattie B's Chicken.
Yep.
And there's 3 locations, and we're at one of them, and we're going to have some hopefully good fried chicken, and hopefully not too hot, because I hear it can get spicy.
Ooh, let's go check out Hattie B's.
Excellent.
Oh my gosh.
So good. There's still a line. It's
Yes.
crazy. It's amazing.
Yes.
So we had the one-piece white, which is a breast of fried chicken
Right.
with a little wing.
Little wing. It's small.
It's the wing's small, but
Yeah.
the breast is gigantic.
Yes.
And it came with 2 sides, which we got. What sides did we pick?
We got baked beans and we got red skin potato salad.
Both delicious.
Right. You can also order dark meat. So we prefer white meat more.
And we like the breast over
but
the
you
thigh.
can order a dark meat combo, which
Right.
is kind of cool.
The cost of that, we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yes.
We also got one of their sandwiches. Now, we
Yes.
got the one piece, just no heat, Southern fried chicken.
Southern style. Yep.
We got the sandwich, mild
Mild.
heat, and it comes with coleslaw and pickles on top.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get one side, and we did crinkle cut fries.
Gotta do fries for me.
You get dips too. Those are
Yeah.
included, not an extra cost.
Which were ranch,
Blue cheese, and honey mustard.
Yep, good
Let me
size.
tell you, that sandwich, really big.
Yes.
Easy to share. We could have shared it. So spicy, but good and just delicious.
Oh yeah. Quality is fantastic.
So the 2 items,
Yep.
how much was it? We're going to see at the end of the video when we
Yes.
do our budget.
Yes.
But now our stomachs are full. We're ready to go back down to Broadway as the sun comes down and rock on.
Get
And
some more music on.
Absolutely.
Just like that.
Yeah.
All right. And they're also practicing COVID safety very well. We were very
Yeah,
impressed.
absolutely. So we had our masks and
Yep.
it was wonderful.
The
So
line is actually partly due to having to wait to get a table.
that is true. So if you're in Nashville, Hattie B's.
Got to check it out.
So, not far from our campsite, another place that we're going to explore and have a ton of fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's Cooter's Garage, or the Dukes of Hazzard Museum.
I was going to say, does anybody remember who Cooter was? So
Exactly.
if you grew up in the 80s, you definitely knew.
Absolutely. So there is a museum. We're going to go in and see a bunch of stuff. What is the cost? We're going to tell you that at the end of the video
Perfect.
when we do our budget.
Let's go inside.
Hey guys, how you doing? My name's Cody. I work at Cooter's Place. We got this YouTuber here. He's doing this right here. It's called Runaway with Us. If you're in Nashville, you should come and see us, and definitely subscribe to this man. Thank you.
What a time capsule of my youth.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So crazy. Obviously, certain things have a different connotation than they did in the 80s.
Right.
But I still loved the silliness of Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
a big Bo and Luke Duke
Yeah.
fan.
I was
Daisy
too.
didn't hurt.
Yeah.
That helped me too through those childhood years. But seeing that car and jumping over the hill and oh my gosh.
Seeing Daisy's Jeep.
That's
Ooh,
right. And
awesome.
it was cool because when we were in Los Angeles and we were visiting our friend Jessica
Yep.
and we got to tour the Warner Brothers lot, we were actually in downtown Hazzard that they used for the center square.
set, yeah.
So you'll have to watch that video. I'll put it up there and down below.
Perfect.
Great time.
Yes, and it is a time capsule. I mean, any toy featuring Dukes
Yeah.
of Hazzard is there.
Everything.
I'm pretty sure.
And several vehicles, which is really
Yes.
cool. There is a cost. We'll talk about that at the end of the video.
Right. And they have a great shop to get anything you need.
Yeah, anything Dukes of Hazzard pretty
Yes.
much related.
All right, let's move on.
Okay, sounds great. Saw amazing things. I mean, so much. We saw a ton of stuff in Nashville.
Yes.
It's really cool. Hey, what are you sniffing?
And it wasn't freezing.
No. Absolutely a big benefit not to be. What are you sniffing? This dog. Absolutely benefit not to be freezing weather.
I
For
think
sure.
they're sniffing.
It's absolutely a benefit for him not to be sniffing my arm. So we started off with the Tennessee State Museum.
Yep.
It's down by the Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
Really interesting. Lots of history. How much was it?
Let's go with 0.
Free. Absolutely free.
Amazing museum for the cost.
Yeah. I mean, complete upstairs.
Yeah.
Was full of interesting stuff.
Yep.
As we said, great cost and
Yes.
free.
We would probably just, our big thing was just saying it's a little confusing trying to
Yeah,
go around.
it's one of these
That's
new
all.
style of museums where it's less like a big room and then partitions in the middle
Right.
and had no like flow. And that's fine if it's art
Right.
and you can just, take it in, but it's hard if you're trying to tell state history through
Right.
the years.
Yep.
It kind of gets a little muddled
Yep.
to me. Then we went toward the Walk of Fame, the Hall of Fame, but that one, as we said there, out of our budget.
Right.
And we told you at the spot, the Walk of Fame, which is right across the street from it in the park, was free, so that was awesome too.
Right. And it's just a bunch of different plaques all across
Yeah,
the
just
park.
and not just country acts. Some people
Yeah.
that cover country also.
Yep.
Then right around the corner from that was the Johnny Cash Museum.
Mm-hmm.
There was a cost to that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So usually the cost is $20.95 a person. If you have AAA, woo-hoo, like us, you save $1.
Yep.
So it's $19.95 a person. Also, if you look around town at visitor info places, there's coupons
Right, so
around.
you
So
don't just have to be AAA.
Yeah, you can get a coupon for $1 off. Other
So
places,
total for the two of us,
Yep.
it was $39.90.
Yes, that's true.
But as we said, a lot of great information there.
Mhm.
As we said, a lot of great information there.
Yep, learned
and
a lot about Johnny Cash.
yeah, and you could listen to his music, stuff like that,
Right.
but some interactive stuff, which they were still allowing because they were cleaning it in between each
Yeah.
person. We didn't do that just to
No,
be safe.
Yeah.
But it was
Plus,
just
he owns a couple of Johnny Cash albums. So
yeah, we
you
already
just
have
come
some of the
home and listen
music.
to it.
Exactly. So, but that was kind of nice. Then we went to, as we were walking away from the Johnny Cash, we saw
Yep.
the Tennessee State Museum, Sports Museum.
Sports.
Tennessee State Sports Museum.
Well, the hockey arena.
and
technically.
right by the hockey arena. Yeah,
Right.
it's part of the hockey arena.
Yep.
That had a cost of $0 as well.
$0. And I
So-
guess they usually do have a charge, but because of coronavirus and everything, they just want to bring people
Yeah,
in.
it said
for no
sponsored by
charge.
State Farm right
Mhm.
now, so
Yeah.
that it was free. And it had just had the people they were inducting this year. I don't know whether they
Yes.
did the induction or that they were just showcasing them, but it showed you, and it was kind of cool because there was a Super Bowl trophy from my New York Giants.
Yay.
But it had memorabilia from people who either played sports
Right.
in Tennessee, played for Tennessee teams,
Yep.
or grew up in Tennessee.
Yep.
So it was just kind of anything that dealt with Tennessee State sports.
Mhm.
So that was great. So then we went to Broadway and the Broadway Clubs.
Yep.
That was cool because they had all these different clubs and live music going.
Yeah, it's about 2 blocks. Bars on either side.
And it might have even stretched it a little further. We walked
Yeah.
2 blocks.
Yep. And some down some other alleys too.
Exactly.
As well, but,
the
very
cost
cool place.
to go in to listen to that music
Yeah.
was free.
Big $0.
So obviously they want you to buy food or drinks.
Alcohol.
Alcohol especially. But you're able to go in.
Yeah.
We sat for a few minutes, listened to music, went to another
Yep.
bar, listened to some music. So we just took advantage of the fact that I don't drink and that they weren't pressing you to drink.
Right. Right.
Then from there,
And a lot of good acts.
a lot of great acts, and
Yeah.
not just country, which I was happy about.
Yes.
There was some people playing old, like
I
Janis
heard
Joplin.
Yeah.
I even heard some more modern rock too.
Heard Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, so it was kind of
Somebody-
cool. Then we were hungry,
Yes.
so we headed over to Hattie B's, and as we
Mhm.
said there, it's a place. If you're in Nashville, you gotta get
You
food.
have to try. If you love chicken, like we do,
Mhm.
their sandwiches are delicious,
Right,
and their meals.
absolutely. So the cost of that
Yep.
was we had 2 meals.
Yep.
The total cost for all our food was $19.
hmm
amazing amount of food for $19.
Yes.
So we were doing pretty well on our budget.
Yes.
From there, we went to the Dukes of Hazzard Museum.
Right.
The Cooter's Garage, I think it's actually called.
Yeah.
It's run and owned by the actor who played Cooter in the
Right.
television series.
Yep.
Lots of memorabilia. Had
Lots.
a bunch of vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
which was kind of interesting. So the cost of the museum and everything, again, $0. Now,
get in.
to that being said, if you want to take your picture in a vehicle, you can buy a $10 pack and you get your picture
Right.
taken in all 4 vehicles,
Yep.
even using your phone, so you could, send them out to everybody.
So
but we
what
didn't do
4
that.
vehicles?
So the 4 vehicles were Daisy's Jeep,
I'm just testing his knowledge, see if he remembers.
Daisy's Jeep,
Yep.
the sheriff car, so
Yep,
Roscoe
okay.
P. Coltrane's car,
Good job.
Cooter's pickup truck,
Yep.
and of course Bo and Luke Duke's General Lee.
Yeah.
So you don't have to climb through. They open the door.
No,
They generally.
right.
So I didn't do that though, obviously, because we were trying to stick to our budget. So
Uh-huh.
we enjoyed the museum
Mhm.
for free,
Yep.
which was awesome. Then we went back to Broadway at night.
Yes.
Now on the weekends, Friday and Saturday, they shut the street off.
Yes.
So it's even nicer.
Yep.
And we were able to walk again around, listen to the music, still free, even at
Yep.
night with the street blocked off, still absolutely free. So that was awesome.
I will say that at night it's a lot. I mean, you won't be able to hear it with our video, I don't think, but
No.
but it's
a lot of
very
music.
loud because there's so much music, and I think some of the places have speakers pointed out
I would agree.
the windows.
Yeah, I would agree.
They
It was-
really because they want to bring you in to their place. So,
Yep.
but it's so much fun. I mean, it's just there's a lot of lights. It's just
Yeah, I mean, it was
Great
cool. It
opportunities.
was something that we missed the last time we were in Nashville because it was so
cold.
cold
Right.
that during the day it was cold, let alone at night. It would have been
Right.
horrible. So
what
that
was
brings our
total.
thank you, bringing us back on track. Our total then was $58.90
Yes.
for all that stuff.
Yep.
The 2 of us. So
Yep.
$1.10 under our $60 budget.
Mhm.
Amazing, because we saw a ton of stuff.
Yes.
Now, obviously, there are bigger things to do. Like we talked about the Country Music Hall of Fame,
Grand Ole Opry.
the Grand Ole Opry. Grand Ole Opry we really wanted to do, but just to do the tour
The
was
backstage tour.
$50 a person.
Yeah.
So we would have been over budget and we had just walked in the door of the Grand Ole
Yeah.
Opry. But if that's something you're interested in, it
Right.
looked really cool.
Right. Now the
Just not financially for us.
where the Grand Ole Opry used to be, because it hasn't always been in the main
That's right.
location now. That I think is like $25 a person to tour.
The old
but again,
school.
that
But
was
it's not
going to
it.
be tough for our budget. So
And it's not the
and
Grand
that's
Ole
not
Opry.
the Grand Ole Opry now. Yeah.
So thank you so much. We wanted to also
Yes.
say, is there a food place we should have eaten? Do you have another recommendation for food?
Mhm.
Let us know in our comments, and we'd really like to hear from you about that. But more importantly, please subscribe
Right.
and catch us next week.
Yeah. Where are we going next week?
Next week, Dallas, Texas.
Nice. That's going to be
You
exciting.
didn't know Dallas, Texas? Is it a
Well,
surprise?
we do travel a lot, so
Yeah, so we're going to do Dallas, Texas, under $60. See if we can stay under budget.
perfect.